Alrighty, let's start blasting some tweets out with the 14 places that I am streaming right now. Give me a second as I get going. I'm sure Linda will be here in just a second, but thanks everyone for joining early. Let me let this thing rip. There's like 14 places at once, but it's fun. It's interesting. Okay, hold on. I got it out on Twitter. Let me see if I can also put it on Discord. Boom. Okay. Making progress. 26 of you already. Welcome. Linda will be joining us shortly. We'll keep working on our Farcaster Mini app. I'm super excited to have Linda come join me today, as she is, I think, kind of DevRel. Oh, Linda is actually in the lobby. I'm going to pull her up real quick. Hey, Linda.
Hey, how's it going? Oh, you already started?
Yeah, I just got started. Yeah, I just jump right into it. There's no any type of plan or anything. I like to let it rip. So thanks for joining. Thanks for coming up.
Yeah, of course. Cool. Well, I mean, I really enjoyed your stream. I watched the whole thing, and
Thanks.
was also taking lots of notes of like, oh wow, that is a very confusing pain point. So yeah, we made some fixes. One thing
Nice.
that because we noticed you were running into was like you didn't see the developer tool section on yeah. So now in the docs we have a deep link where that'll just turn on automatically for you versus you have to like, because I saw you like went to the docs later on and you were like finding the preview tool. So anyways, we like made changes based off that experience.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. No, I'm glad you're here today. Thanks for joining me. And yeah, sorry to throw you directly into it. I'm just the like YOLO, like let's let it rip stream. So but no, I was just introducing you. I was saying like I think you're the head of developer ecosystem, developer relations, all developer experience things for Farcaster. Is that right?
Yeah, developer ecosystem stuff. I'm not an engineer myself, so I always want to caveat that in terms of this like vibe coding session. So I'll help where I can.
Well, you're in similar hands with me. So this is like the beauty, I feel like, of vibe coding is I actually genuinely think it is going to fundamentally change how people do developer experience. And just like I've worked in developer experience or developer relations or whatever before, and you were always focused on like how do you get someone to like the earliest possible point where they can have that aha moment and be like, I've integrated this thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like vibe coding gets you there way faster than like anything we've ever had access to before. So I'm very excited.
I agree. I built my first mini app last week, just vibe coding. So it was pretty cool that I got to do that.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm glad again that we have you. I'm gonna move this over so that I can see the chat a little bit better over here and get rearranged. Again, this is the beauty of YOLOing yourself into streams, is you're like, all right, well, I got to get oriented a little bit. Okay. You can see my screen, right? You have good access to be able to see both things. Okay. So welcome everyone on the stream. I appreciate everyone for showing up today. I have tried to add the like chat in the video. I don't know if it'll get annoying or not. I might turn it on and off as we go. But so you watched the stream, right, Linda? You have an idea of what we were working on. Obviously, I'm newer to Farcaster. I'm still getting my legs in terms of like how you guys think about products integrating into Farcaster. I know there's been stuff like frames in the past that people were really excited about. I know we've got mini apps now. I know there were some other integration points, but I'm kind of curious, like, how, like I know you watched it, but I'm just kind of curious how you think about people integrating things into Farcaster. Like, what is your most ideal kind of situation? Like, is it that they've brought an app, like if you think about Ethos, right? Is it that they've brought Ethos and put it into Farcaster? Is it that you can interact with the wallet? Like, what is the best case example of integrating something into Farcaster look like to you?
Yeah, I mean, the answer is it really depends, obviously, but like I'm very excited by mini apps specifically. So I think that mini apps are a really great way for builders to get in front of Farcaster users within the social feed. And when we have the embedded wallet in Farcaster, users can interact directly and have this like seamless experience where they're not getting dropped off into like switched out into another wallet or something. So that is just like a very optimal user experience. In terms of like how we want integrations happen, also is about like what works best for the builders. So there's a lot of builders where it's like maybe it doesn't make sense for them to do a mini app, but it helps if they integrate like Farcaster data into their product. So like now all of a sudden you have a social feed or they're signed in with Farcaster where now users can interact with their product. We also have like full-on clients, like Coinbase Wallet is a Farcaster client, and they're going to be launching this month.
Yeah.
And so it's like they're building out the full suite. So it really depends on like whatever a builder wants, from like the lowest lift to like, hey, just integrate this social data, which is all permissionless, to like build a full-on client. I tend to work mostly with teams on the mini app stuff, which I think is like a great experience.
Makes sense. Yeah, this is exactly what makes sense for us in trying to vibe code something too. And yeah, I mean, I've seen like apps like Taco who have basically built their own Farcaster clients, basically entirely on Farcaster. So yeah, I guess I see there's like a complete spectrum there. So let's focus the conversation then on mini apps. And I've played around with a few of them in the past and could try to get an idea of it. I think a lot of them kind of tend to be like apps with the sole focus of being a Farcaster app, if that makes sense. Like in the example of Noise, like it is like a Farcaster first app. And I'm curious if you have good examples. Like one of the things that I was trying to figure out when we started vibe coding last time, I was trying to look for inspiration, trying to figure out how do I want to integrate Ethos. Do you have any good examples of like partners that have built mini apps, or like other protocols who have built mini apps versus the like Noise, which seems to be more of a like first party or Farcaster first experience? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, I would say that part of the reason why you're seeing like the most popular like trending mini apps tend to be like the more native experience is just because it is optimized for that experience itself. So like there are definitely like a ton of mini apps where it's like they've converted their web app like just one for one directly into a mini app, but it's not necessarily always optimal. So it might not be like as like trending or like popular all the time. Like I would say like there are low lift things that can be done to just like make that more of like Farcaster native. It's like having Farcaster wallet, where it's like you have that embedded wallet. You could have like automatically sign in with Farcaster, because like in a lot of these like web app cases, they have like a different sign in flow where it's like, oh, sign in with email or phone or something. But if a user opens up a mini app and they have like auto detection of what Farcaster user is signing in, like that's going to be just like a way less of a drop off point for users generally. So I would say like those are some common ones. And the third one is like share on Farcaster button, where take some action and then get a user to share it within their feed. That's going to help the virality. So it's like, yes, you could do like the one for one web app conversion, but like adding those three, even like basic, I think that goes a long way in like making it more native.
That makes sense. Yeah. And I was trying to look at an example like Paragraph, where like it makes it really like Paragraph has made it really easy to go read and consume content directly in Farcaster. And especially if you think about like the mobile client, you're like, yeah, this is amazing. You're already in Farcaster. You open the app, you can read it. The real, like, I feel like the real aha moment, I guess, is the like, hey, I can go like have an on-chain transaction directly in the app. And then you don't even have to think about the fact that like, oh, I'm using Farcaster, which has a wallet, like that's basically obfuscated from the user almost. And so, yeah. Okay, cool. I was just clicking around too. And okay, cool. So that's a good starting point. You saw what we had built, and it was obviously very, very primitive, right? The thing that we tried to get started with, we did do it in like 45 minutes. But if you go to this one, which it doesn't even have an image or anything, I think I updated it too.
Okay, so the whole time I was like, oh man, like I really wish I was just in this stream. But so one thing that I just saw that you were doing, by the way, if it helps, is I saw you were like pasting the link as a way of like testing. And you can do all of this like locally through the developer tools. So
Okay, cool.
that's why I was like, oh yeah, like we actually try to make it easy for you to discover. If you want to do now, I can also like it. I would recommend testing through here. So you can on your phone go to flip on developer mode.
I see. Okay, yeah, let me do that now. You did
Yeah.
tell me how to do that, and then I forgot to do it.
No.
So
This is good to do it live, anyways.
okay, so on your phone, it's under settings somewhere.
Yeah, settings, and then you go to advanced, and then you just scroll down the bottom, and it'll say developer.
Cool.
Yeah, so turn that on and then refresh this page, and you actually have like a developer tool section. Yeah, so maybe one more hard refresh.
Yeah, so hard refresh real quick. It's the classic. You did try to demo something.
Here, let me just put a link to. It should just be able to. Okay, so it's farcaster.xyz/tilde/developers. So maybe try that.
Let's do that.
Yeah, and then just lop that off. You should have access to it. Perfect.
Okay.
Oh yeah, now it shows up on the sidebar. So it just
there you go. Yeah.
So this is going to be your toolkit where you can use to test things and also make sure that it's compatible, so that like that thumbnail image will actually show when you want to open it up. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, this is where you can like preview things. You can also test locally. So like I use this is where I was using Nextdoc to test locally, so I wasn't having to deploy like in production and then like go back and forth. Yeah.
Okay, very cool. Well, that's very helpful. Yeah, it's interesting because, you know, like as we lean more into vibe coding, particularly in developer relations, like I thought it was cool that you guys have like an llm.txt file, and it would be cool if Cursor had more insight and could instruct me these things, right? Like if Cursor, like I'm the worst about, like I like docs, but I'm the worst about like, I'm going to click around and figure out exactly like how I should go consume these docs. It will be interesting to see how that changes of like, oh no, Cursor knows all the context of how Farcaster team recommends you test things. Go to this URL, turn developer mode on, and try these things. So it'll be interesting to see how that changes over time too.
Yeah, we actually like, so maybe like a few days ago, where do I share stuff to send to you? Do I have to send it in I guess I can't message you.
Yeah, it's kind of tough in the studio. I think there's I don't remember actually, and I'm like on the tiniest screen.
Okay, I'll just DM you this link. But basically, we added this like agents checklist to the Farcaster docs a few days ago. My colleague Daniel did this, and so it's trying to be more purposeful around instructing the agent or like LLM to like actually like take certain steps. And so like the problem is it's hallucinated in the past, obviously, and so it will be like, do not do this, like please reference this. So we're actually like trying to talk directly to the LLM here, and this gets fed into the text file that you have. That's cool. Yeah.
That's very cool. Yeah, this is where I think too a big step will take for people that are trying to learn to vibe code, particularly on ecosystems, which it's always going to be easier to vibe code on something like Farcaster or even using something like Ethos. Like a lot of the structure is already set up for you, especially if, you know, some of the teams like y'all have invested in these types of checklists for the LLMs, more context for the LLMs. Like it should be very easy to build on top of this stuff. So very cool to see this, and definitely good, important context for our LLMs. Okay, cool. So let's take the example that I had so far, and let me go back to Farcaster. And it's obviously very primitive. Like, I mean, people are already, man, you guys are already talking about the other things that people are building. Fukin no One has something that he built, and I will show it also. But let's go with the thing that I tried to build first. Okay, so if I go back to here, and I just wanted to, I don't have the, oh no, where did I put it?
I think I saw it. It was like the missing thumbnail one.
Yeah, the missing thumbnail one. There you go. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so all it really does is it adds more context. It's like if you are looking at that thing, you as the user can click the button. It goes out to Ethos and it says, has this person connected Farcaster to their Ethos profile? And if it has, it just gives you the like, what is your score? I mean, like that is like That's the equivalent of hello world to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's like some really interesting, like I'm gonna open Excalidraw just because I like to Excalidraw. There's some really interesting stuff here of like the like complexity of what we could build. Where are my arrows? Sorry. There not arrows on both sides, just on one side. There you go. Like Hello World app is what we've built so far, but the world I want to get to in terms of integrating ethos in a future state is something more like, you know, I can write a review for a user directly from Farcaster. And I think this becomes really compelling if you think about like the experience today. And I don't have an account in this profile, but if you think of the experience today and you wanted to go write a review for Solana, you come up here and yeah, it's not going to work. So it's stupid, but you write a review, right? You say, okay, like this person, I really like this person. I don't like this person, whatever it might be. It's just the most simple, like primitive that we have in the web. And I want to get to this point where we can actually write these things natively from Farcaster. Again, as you're browsing and someone's like, hey, leave me a review on Ethos, you could click that button. It would open the mini app. It would allow you to write the review, and then you could publish it from your Farcaster wallet.
Mm-hmm.
That feels like something that feels more native to Farcaster. Someone had asked me like, why don't we just like push the entire app into Farcaster? And we could, for the purpose of link sharing, make it a little easier. It opens a mini app and it kind of redresses the screen. But I feel like there is more opportunity to do more engaging things that kind of like are almost like jobs to be done from Farcaster. So I'd be curious, like, I know we feel very distant from that. And I want to figure out what does our journey look like to actually get from here to here. But do you feel like that is something that you kind of resonate with, this concept of like the core primitive we have in our app and doing that from Farcaster?
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Like, it's pretty trivial to just like take the page and just have that load properly. In fact, yesterday someone actually built a mini app where it automatically does that for you. So I can share that later. You can see what it looks like anyways. But I would optimize for like, yeah, what are unique Farcaster experiences that people can have, and how can you leverage specifically the social feed?
Right.
And so I think this case works really well because it's like, as you're coming across a user, like you can then directly, leave a review for them. And you can even have like custom thumbnails for these like, mini apps per user. And so I think like those are the kind of things that leverage it best. And then after you do the review, you could be like, share on Farcaster, like I just left a review. And that's where people can learn more about ethos. So I think like taking parts that like touch like the social element really well, like I think that's the way to go.
Okay, cool. I like that. So one of the other things, and I'm just loading up my old context just for everyone, in terms of vibe coding, one of the things that is tough to balance often, but really important, I think, is we wrote this, we started writing it on Monday, and I wanted to load that context back into the equation because it has a lot of the like, all right, what did we do in the past? If you were to go in and start a brand new chat up here in Cursor, we would get into a point where like it needs to re-announce, like it doesn't know what we've built. It doesn't know why we've built it. So the problem though is that often you will get very far down a chat and will have so much context that Cursor starts to like freak out a little bit and doesn't really know how to move forward. So it's a balancing act. I think we're not that far. We're far enough where like we can still keep loading in the old context. So I have loaded in the old context here, and I think we should come up with a game plan on how we might improve the existing product. One of the other questions I had for you though, Linda, was can the context of getting your score, can that only be for the person who clicks it? Or could we make it where when someone shares their score, we could have them click that and it gets the context of the person who shared it versus the person who's viewing it?
Yeah, it can be the context of someone that shared it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool.
I'm not an expert of actually building that out itself, but there's been plenty of mini apps where
cool.
You can see people's profiles.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if we would have that like information for us. Okay, and then I'll show the last part, which is the one that Fuka no Wan made, where like he has basically made this entire app, and you click the mini app from here, and you can see looks way better than what I did, which is why I kind of want to diverge a little bit and be like, okay, cool. Someone else has like proven that you could actually pull in ethos data here, and then you can also like type in. Oh wow, with type ahead and everything, man.
Wow.
Yeah, he's making me look silly. And like pull in all of this information about people. And look, it even has send invite. Wow, look, it has how many invites I have. See, now I feel like the next step on something like this is the like, I'm on Farcaster. I see someone else on Farcaster. I want to invite them because they haven't joined Ethos yet. Like this transaction in Ethos, this send invite, which like in this case, he's just made it as like a compose message.
Mhm.
But the actual active invitation on Ethos is something that happens on chain. And so that's something we could do also in the future of like, if I wanted to invite you, I could actually sign the transaction from within Farcaster and get a really native experience of inviting someone to Ethos. So just an idea out there that I might put it in my Excalibur. Like,
Yeah, I like it. That makes a lot of sense.
invite someone natively from within Farcaster. I'm a little bit nervous about biting off the like, okay, how do we do transactions from within Farcaster? But we can get there. Okay, so at first glance, I'd be curious what your perspective is. Like we have our app. It is very primitive and loads some stuff and like honestly does not look great or anything like that. What did you immediately jump to in terms of how you were thinking about potentially improving it? Or did you have anything that you were like, oh, I feel like it would be cool if you could do this?
Yeah, I mean, I think kind of similar to you, where if someone's already built something that is similar, like I would tend to change it. But I do
Diverge.
like yeah, I mean the invite one is appealing to me because like
Mm-hmm.
I think that well, so for example, like I went on and I didn't think I had an invite code, so like
Mm-hmm.
I tried to sign up, but it said I needed someone to invite me.
Yeah,
And
you need
so
someone to actually invite an ETH address, and then to accept the invite, you have to sign a transaction with that ETH address.
yeah, so because I had my own experience and like not
Mm-hmm.
being able to sign up without that, like maybe having this invite code flow through
Yeah.
Farcaster could be a great way to onboard like quality Farcaster users.
That is something that I've been focused on too, is like how do we get people like I feel like if you're on Farcaster, that already is kind of like a step above, just a random person on the internet. You've done some step to like participate in an app that is differentiated. And I wanted to find a way to kind of target specifically like Farcaster Pro users.
Mhm.
And so that is an option. Let me think about that one because I need to think about like I don't actually have an Ethos profile on this account, so I
Mhm.
don't know if I can go all the way down the wallet transition part yet, or the wallet signing a transaction part.
Okay. And something to also just be aware of too is Nanar. I don't know if you've come across them. They're like the infra provider for Farcaster.
I have
Um,
seen that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So they actually have this thing called user scores, Nanar user scores,
Hmm.
and that is like spam filtering. So it can also be adjusted to in terms of like users need some level of score before they can get an invite code to Ethos. So a lot of
Yeah.
teams will use them.
Neymar, no, Naynar. It's this
Yeah.
guy, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I did see this and I was like, oh, yeah, I meant to remember this for the last vibe coding session. Is this kind of what most people are using as like tooling when building on Farcaster?
Yeah, yeah, and they have a free plan too, so like you don't have
Nice.
to pay to get started. But yeah, they're like the main one. Like they just offer a lot of stuff and abstract away some of the more complex things.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this is very cool.
Yeah, and they also have really good docs too. Like they've kind of yeah streamlined a lot of processes too.
Have you tried to do anything vibe coding with Naynar?
That's actually going to be my next thing because one thing that they added that I heard was the like custom share embeds, like the
Mm-hmm.
thumbnails customized per user. They made it a lot easier apparently.
Mm.
So I'm going to use them to try to add custom ones.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so there's a few things that I have thought about that we could do to improve it. I mean, one thing that I was trying to improve was just the overall image share. Like obviously there's no image here, And so if we go back into the preview tool, you were saying, hold on, let me grab this URL. Is there an easy way to grab the URL?
Yeah, you just had it right at the little kebab menu, and then copy link.
Oh, duh. It's right in front of me. Okay, so if I do this, okay, it's just gonna be the same thing. What I wanted to see, is there a way for me to see, is the embed tool how I do that?
Yeah, embed tool is actually the share
Amazing.
image. Yeah.
Okay, great. So yeah, this is what I was looking for. So now it will show something. I did add this image so that at least doesn't look like a broken link whenever people share it. So in the future when I share it, at least we'll have that. Let me think. Okay, so one thing that I can do, and it will end up looking a little bit more like Fukin Nowan and what he built, but I just want to at least show some vibe coding. So
Sure.
In the Ethos docs, we actually did not have the ability to pull a user by their Farcaster ID previously. And we went and fixed it directly after we had the vibe coding session. So I'm just going to quickly add this just so we get some good vibe coding in here, not get multiple users. I want to get just one user from by Farcaster ID. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. Okay, we now have a way to, let me just make this a little bit bigger so people can see that. Oh no, what is there's a way to like view this in a larger thing, and I always forget what it is. Make this the main text, whatever. We'll pull this over here. Okay, now we have a way to pull in the Farcaster ID, or now we have a way to search by Farcaster ID. Have you tried, Linda, the voice, like talking to cursor at all?
No, I don't. That's not as natural for me, but have you?
No, but like I realize I'm doing it right now. So that's why I'm like,
that's true.
Like in the stream, I think it would actually work really well.
Yeah, that's true. Have you, well, out of curiosity, have you tried using Claude Code within Cursor?
I've only done it once, and I don't know why, but I kind of like, it just didn't resonate with me. I think because I've used Cursor for so long now.
Okay.
I need to give it more of a chance, but are you having good experiences with Claude?
Yeah, because I was using Cursor and it was hallucinating quite a bit. And then people kept saying like try Claude Code. And so I added that, and I found it was hallucinating less.
Really?
Yeah. But it's all terminal within Cursor, which is kind of annoying. But
that was the thing that I think turned me off a little bit. Yeah, why was it terminal? Yeah, it didn't really make sense to me.
Just because it's an extension. So like yeah, but it's annoying.
Okay, so when I usually copy docs over, I tend to try to include as much context as I can. So I'm going to say like, here's the API endpoint. I'm going to say, here are the docs. Here are the docs. I feel like it's not as good at like loading docs in for whatever reason. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm also going to include, here's the response. I'd be curious how much you lean into like being very descriptive. Like I'm going to try to be not prescriptive in how to answer this. I'm just going to say, can you pull more information about the user from Ethos into our credibility scoring page? So I could say like, I want you to pull this info in. I want you to pull that info in. I want you to show streak and XP. Like, do you find yourself going more down the like specific and like prescriptive route, or more of the like just let it see what it does route?
I usually try to see what it does, because actually every once in a while it'll do something where it's like, oh, I never thought of that. That's cool.
Right? Yeah, totally. There have been a lot of things that, yeah, like. Okay, so like in a traditional, like I'm sure you know this because you've worked in this world before, but like, you have a triad of team members between like an engineering person, the designer, and then the product manager. And like we tend to, I feel like for a long time have thought of like Cursor and Claude Code being like the engineer. And so you just go with the like, do this thing like a product manager would. But I found personally that there's plenty of value in actually going to something like Claude and saying, you tell me what we should do. Let them be the product manager as opposed to just being the engineer. So
oh yeah, definitely. Well, and then I mean V0 too, like has been so great with front end that like it's been designing stuff for me. So I mean it's really exciting.
And I think I watched one of yours and you were using Vercel for most of your deployments, right?
Yeah. I mean, It's like just integrated with V0 really nicely. Yeah, that's kind of like what everyone recommended me. I don't know. Is there some, you use something?
Dino deploy and Dino and
Yeah.
Fresh is kind of like a mini stack that a lot of people use. I don't know that I have an opinion. Like I honestly think what's funny is I'll go back to Claude and ask what it recommends because I feel like sometimes it's more interesting that way. I found that I will make assumptions about like, so Dino is obviously is serverless, so you can't just run jobs that take like an hour. It will die, like the app will die. Sometimes Claude will have the context to know that, and sometimes it won't. So it can make good recommendations about like architecture, but a lot of times it makes bad recommendations too.
Yeah, I've just been going off because I'm just starting out. I'm just going off of like all these different recommendations and then figuring it out from myself. But so far, like Versal's just been so positive that I was like, yeah, like I'm not gonna change this at any point.
Yeah, and you were using Neon too, right, for your database?
And it was like very easily integrated with Vercel also. So it's just like these are just like pretty abstracted away for me.
Yeah, I think that's what is interesting, scary, and even opportunistic is like we are making purchasing decisions now based on what Claude tells us.
That's true. I make a lot of decisions based off what Claude tells me.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like it just ChatGPT in general, right? And like if you think about like the origins of search on the internet and go back to like Google, well, like if you Google, the whole point was like it helped you find what you were looking for. It wasn't an ad business to start. I really wonder where we will be in 5 years whenever, because Neon or Vercel could go to Claude and say, you should partner with us. We will give all of your users $1,000 in free credits if you, Claude, recommend us Vercel or whatever, right? So anyways, this is something I've thought of a lot. It's like, it's it is actually likely to have some bias incidentally, but what if like Claude leaned into selling ads and deals and promotions for like developer tooling?
Oh, that would be crazy. Yeah. I mean, it kind of like, I feel like is inevitable where like that is some stream of monetization, but not like maybe as upfront and center, but I don't know. We've also like chatted internally about how like it's really important to be able to be optimized for LLMs to index your own data because like whenever it's, being referenced, if other people are asking that you've made it really easy to surface. So it's going to become like increasingly more important to like optimize for these LLMs because that's where people are discovering.
How do y'all think at Farcaster about your data? Like there's a new push at Cloudflare where Cloudflare, which is kind of like a security blanket for the entire internet, they've published that they have new LLM protection modules to protect like scraping and training modules from scraping your data. But like your data's on chain, our data's on chain. Like, how do you think about your data and how LLMs use that or don't use it?
I mean, for us, like all of this data, like the point is it's permissionless to use in the first place. Like anyone can build a client using this like data. So to just make it more accessible is part of what we're going for as a whole. But like, yeah, if we were like a private platform and we didn't want this scrape, like we would definitely be bigger on protecting. But it's like the opposite of what we're going for anyways.
Yeah, there's something between the lines of what you said and I said about Twitter and what their current strategy is with regards to LLMs and I think they're well, they have a vested interest, right? If they're building Grok and they have their own unique data set about people, that's really valuable and they're very, very they hold their data close to their chest in terms of like who is using it and how they're using it, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, we have no plans to build out a Grok ourselves or anything.
He sounds crazy. Yeah, so if you're not paying attention as we're just casually chatting, there is so much going on the site here. And it is okay, wait, I skipped a little bit too far ahead. So what's cool is it was actually going and testing the endpoints as we were talking about it, which is very cool. I've never seen this in Cursor before, and you said you don't use Cursor as much, but like it gave itself to-dos. It's like I need to do this thing, and you're like, yeah, that makes sense. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Claude does that too, and it will like start checking things off as it does it.
Yeah, it was kind of sick. Okay, so it seems to be very confident. Okay, it thinks it's done. This is my favorite part. It's like, fingers crossed. I wonder if it'll actually do anything differently or not. Let's go back now to our, did it publish it? So you said that we can test this locally. That was one thing that I was definitely missing. So how can I test that locally?
So that's ngrok where that comes in. So
okay.
I just, whatever local host you have here, you can just paste that link. You're already set up with ngrok, right?
Yeah, let me just open up another window. Last time I was doxing a bunch of my stuff by let me just open up another one on the side here. I will start ngrok, or hold on, let me just open terminal. I will start ngrok in another window so that people don't just randomly start blasting my okay, I got it. What is it? ngrok start.
And then you can just paste that one into preview tool, and you should be able to test locally from there.
Cool. Okay, I think it's ngrok start. I think it's 8,000 is what I'm running on. Yeah. Okay, let's try that. Can you? This is me a lot of the time. Can you give me the command to start ngrok, but don't run the command. Don't run the command yourself. I'm not a like pedantic person, so coding for me, I have experience writing code, but I'm not like the best dev at all. I'd be like maybe a junior dev at a company, and I always forget the like exact words you need to use.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, this is like my dream. Is like I just like loosely describe the command, and it's like, oh yeah, look, you just need to do this. This is what I thought I had though. So damn it. Okay. Oh, it's just HTTP. Okay, cool. I've got the ngrok link over here on my other screen. So you're saying I can just go into preview tool, try ngrok here. It'll probably give me the ngrok like, hey, you're on the free plan screen or something.
Click hide splash screen for now. Or did you already call ready for the SDK?
I don't. Oh, it might not be on. Yeah. Yeah. I'm guessing Dino task dev. Wait, how do I start my app again? See, this is like I don't even know how, like, it's crazy that we could get to a point where we don't even understand how any of the infrastructure, that was Dino's house, sorry. You don't have any of the idea of how the infrastructure work. You're just like, why is it not working? Okay, cool. Oh, but it's on 8,001. Hold on. Okay, let me redo this.
But you already did what was in the docs in terms of like call ready.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, I believe I did.
You can hit hide splash screen for now and see maybe if you already did, and then hit visit site. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. So this is what it built.
Yeah, let's see. So if I click view your profile, oh yeah, there you go. So it pulled mine in. Wow, interesting. So I just gave it the like, hey, we have a new ethos endpoint that has way more information about the user, because all we really had was like the FID and what their score was. And so, yeah, look, there you go. So it actually pulled in, it looks like shit, to be honest. Like the design that it chose is not good. It needs some padding and margins and stuff. But it was able to pull in a bunch of information about my profile using this new ethos endpoint, which is very cool.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. And like I didn't prescribe it, right? That was kind of my point earlier of like, man, this is cool that like we can get to the point where we don't have to say how to build it. We just kind of describe what we're looking to build. Okay, cool. So now let me publish that. Can we push this to main and deploy it? So it should just push this to Dino deploy, and then I will have it live so I can share it again and see if we can have other people try it too.
And then we should also have you add a share on Farcaster button as well. So like if other people go to it, that can be later, but
I like that.
Yeah.
Do you have docs for like how you think about share on Farcaster as like a function?
Yeah. I can share the.
Yeah, if you send it to me in our DMs, I can click it and open it in the other one.
Okay, just sent over to you.
Perfect. Okay, cool. So, oh, nice, amazing. Yeah, you have a whole thing about how to think about sharing. Yeah. user discovers app in the feed, uses app, shares app in the feed. So yeah, how does one of the things that I was kind of curious about is like, how do you think about this idea of saving apps? Is it kind of meant to be like an app store where it's like, oh, you have apps that you use regularly, you can go and get that experience? Or because like the app that we have designed so far feels very context specific to me. It's like I shared a link and I can go do something off of the back of that cast. But how do you think about mini apps? I mean, they're not different, or maybe they are, but like, I know that we have this mini apps where you can go open these things. Are they any different, or do you kind of look at them as complementary? I guess they're probably very complementary.
Yeah, I would say it's complementary, and some mini apps are very like ephemeral, like it's just within the feed is where you're discovering it. Others are like you'll come back to it, and this is actually like a place that you want to use it as a tool. So I think like one example is Amps. I don't know if you've come across that one. Yeah, so Amps is, I recommend it to a bunch of people when let's say want to like get an amplification of an announcement. And so you can actually pay like a small amount of USDC to have people recast your post. And so if you click purchase recast, like let's say on one of these, right, it'll load up all the people that that are, so you can see that are willing to have like $1 paid and recast, and it's all automated, so you don't have to like ask them for permission or anything like that.
All right, well, I just got paid from the reward, so I'm like, all right, I got money to spend, let's go get some people to recast my stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. So this is like, to me, like more of a tool that's like, okay, you want to have that saved, so for whenever, an announcement happens, you can use it.
Makes sense. Yeah, I just realized I don't have I have it in USDC, not ETH, which is what they're looking for here. That's cool though. Okay, so this is very cool. It basically pulls in all of the like your recent casts, which this
is USDC though, so you should, Did it show something else?
When I went to click on I mean, it says $1. So if I clicked on this,
you have to click on connect. Yeah,
it says I need at least 0.005 ETH.
Oh, because you don't have any gas, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. Wait, so I have 0.003. Sad. I have 83 cents, not $1. Can I? I could just swap directly in here.
Yeah. Oh, that's weird. I wonder why they require that much, because it's like
maybe it's for gas. It has to be for gas, I would think. Yeah, let's move $10, and now we're gonna show off part of the like. I mean, is the wallet a mini app on y'all's end, or is that actually separate?
No, that's separate. That's just embedded wallet, and we use Privy for this.
Nice, cool. Okay, so now I could actually go to Amps. Well, ideally, let's see if it works.
Yeah, hopefully that works.
I
found this to be a great tool, especially like if people are newer to Farcaster and they're like maybe don't have as much of a following. They can use this to immediately just like get distribution in the feed.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll get my buddy Toady to go recast, even though I know he'd do it for free. Let's do it. Okay, approve $3, and then I'm sure just nice. That's cool. Okay, that's very cool. I mean, that's the thing that I realized too is like this is like super slick on mobile. Like this entire experience on mobile is very, very good.
Yeah. So if you go to notifications, you should see that they already recasted you.
There you go. Boom. He did it automatically.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that is cool.
All permissionless.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing. Yeah. So he approves on Farcaster that like anyone can post on behalf, or the app can post on his behalf, basically.
Yeah, but it's only, so it says pay your followers to spread the word, so they have to follow you. So it can't just be like,
I see, anyone.
yeah, because people would go crazy.
yeah, totally. Yeah, that's super interesting. Okay, so yeah, I mean, this is making me realize like, oh yeah, this is like cute that I'm like vibe coding some stuff, but there's like there's so much more depth we could do here.
There's a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah. Okay. So wait, I did want to go see, now that I have it live, if I go back, hold on, let me go back. I need the URL. I don't remember my Dino deploy URL is. So let me copy this link. Let's try to share it one more time. I just want to like make sure that it.
Hopefully it should load the thumbnail.
No.
Oh, hit the refresh
Oh
on
yeah,
the
that's
top
probably what
right.
it is.
Okay, so now X out and maybe try
Okay,
again.
cool. Yeah, let's.
Another trick is to just change the URL at the
Yeah,
end of it.
or
Yeah.
add like a query
Yeah.
parameter or something
Yeah.
to it.
Try that. And then maybe copy.
Copy it.
And you already have like the manifest and everything set up already?
Yeah, I mean, we were testing it in this, right? Like here, well, let's go triple check
Let's
that.
try it. Yeah, if you enter in that link into them. Oh, go back to hit manifest.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of, I guess
Get
it
rid
just
of
needs to be,
HTTPS
oh, I
as
see.
well. Yeah.
Cool. Get rid of this. Ooh, it filled.
This is why. Okay, so right now you actually have to create a hosted manifest, or so you have to create a manifest for this to be associated with your account. It looks like there was an attempt by Cursor at creating a Farcaster.json, and
Should
there
I
could be something that's
should I
wrong.
try to vibe code it?
You can try to vibe code it, yeah. So you can just share
I'm
with
gonna
yeah.
take a screenshot of this, and I'm just gonna go back to Cursor and say, hey, Farcaster is telling me that we don't have a valid manifest. You guys have docs, I'm sure, about your manifest file, right?
Yeah, you can also give it the LLM's text file too.
It does have that context loaded in here.
Okay, I would make sure to tell it to only reference that.
Okay, cool.
Because sometimes it'll hallucinate.
To reference the lms.txt that you loaded into context. Let's see if it remembers that. Okay, so I'm going to try to be, again, not prescriptive. I feel like people who are watching typically enjoy more when it's like magic things happen and you're like, I don't know what this is. Like, I mean, we did some vibe coding last 2 weeks where like we were very non-prescriptive. Yeah, okay, so it recognizes they're an issue. And it was crazy how much it would, like, I just described one thing and it would build out like this entire app without even really giving it much direction.
Yeah, it's well, okay. Have you tried V0 yet? Like,
I haven't.
Okay,
No.
that is a magical experience because it looks even better than what you would do with Cursor.
Really?
Yeah, it's like very optimized for design. I mean, you can even do it now. Like it's like free. But I was able to just like build out. Yeah, so you can just like.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So with V0 is like.
So you can just like ask it to build something, and the interfaces are just much more polished, I would say. And then I'll take that code, and then I'll put it into Cursor, and then that's where I do like more of the back end stuff.
Okay, well, cool. Well, now I'm learning something. So, wow, people build a POS system for restaurants in this? What?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
It's really crazy. Yeah.
So and V0 is an actual app?
Yeah, this is like their platform. This is Vercel.
Right. Yeah. But is it like, do I need to like download an app? I saw there was something that said like, open in V0.
Oh, you're on.
I see.
Yeah, you just have to.
Yeah. I need to set up my account. Yeah. I have it on a different.
You just type it in, and that's it.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see if I can sign up on this. Oh no, wait! I don't have anything on this. This is just like vibe coder. Okay, well, I'm gonna set that up next time. I will use V0 next time we do something.
Nice.
That actually sounds very cool.
Experience.
I do feel like the lacking point in vibe coding right now is around UI in general is just kind of okay. I've had some more success. We did this site. I vibe coded this site for anonymous ethos reviews where people can write anonymous reviews on ethos. And I think I gave it more like Shad CN as like an example, and it's not actually, but like it looks like Shad CN. It looks pretty good, but like it actually feels really nice for like a very basic product. So I was pretty happy. It's been hit or miss for me, honestly. But yeah, UI I feel like has a lot of opportunity.
Try V0 and let me know because I was
definitely
blown away. Yeah. Okay, so so then in this case, I think you just deploy the changes and it should.
Okay.
I mean, it's saying it was done.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, we also have the, you can see there's a create hosted manifest.
Right.
Yeah, you can just manually enter in this data if it is like hallucinating.
Okay. So. Let's see what happens. Yeah, my favorite like life lesson from like Cursor, ChatGPT, whatever, any of the models is how overconfident it always is. Like it is just like there is no telling it. I mean, you can tell it it's wrong, but like it is so. And I feel like there's like a really weird life lesson there of like people who are like overly confident and just like yes, they will say yes no matter what. They believe that no matter what happens, it will be right. It's just fascinating to like. There are a lot of people that does very well for in their life. So
yeah, I've noticed that too. It's always like, okay, now this will definitely work. It's like, okay,
yeah, totally. And you're like, I don't think so. Okay, so it did fix it. I just haven't done this account association part.
Oh wow. To be honest, I'm actually shocked that it just one shot fixed it. So that means it didn't because it took me a while because it kept hallucinating like new variables and I was like, what is going on? Okay, and so now you just generate the account association.
I'm guessing this is like I just need to sign something. Oh, it just signs something from here. Uh-oh.
Well, you have to take this. So update account.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to put this in the file in one of these files, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I just told Cursor to do that, but if you want to.
Okay, can we update the account association with this file or this JSON blob, whatever? Okay, so let's try that, and I will tell it, and you can git push this once you're done. It's just like every time I do this, I'm like, it's amazing because when as a dev or in developer experience, dev relations, again, you're trying to get people to just get to that first like, aha, I've got something, it works. And when it comes to a lot of developer experience, like there are gotchas like, oh, you didn't need the manifest file, but to make it look right, you need it. And like, if you don't know a lot about what you're talking about and you're like, what is a manifest file? How does it work? It's easy to fall off and get kind of frustrated and be like, oh, I got to go read the docs now. And you're like, wait, why isn't this working correctly? And it takes away from the magic of like actually getting code deployed. And so this is why I feel like it's so fascinating and good for like developer experience in general. It's like, all you have to do is be like, I have this problem. Can you fix it? And it fixes it for you.
Definitely. Well, what's cool is also I've learned a lot too because it talks through what it's doing, and so now I've learned like quite a lot just over the past week of like what are steps that you need to take in order to make this happen. So it's like my teacher and mentor as well.
Totally. Okay, so it did say it matches now. Again, all I've really prompted is like, hey, can you go fix this? So we'll hit submit.
Yeah.
It looks like it's good.
And then maybe you want to refresh that.
Yeah, I refresh.
There we go. Okay, so your manifest is all set up. So you only ever need to do this once.
Nice.
So this means that this will show up in like the trending mini apps page if a lot of people use it. This is how people can discover it. So people can find it in search after a few people started using the app already. Right. Then it will start showing up. And then now if you go to embed, this is where we work on the thumbnail. Okay, and so we can also have Cursor take care of any issues that are missing there too.
Nice. Okay, so let's go back to where's my link? I can't ever keep my link handy. It's like the one thing. Okay. Copy. Wait, no, this would copy link. Okay, so we'll try it now with the embed.
Yeah. Okay, and then maybe scroll down. Okay, it looks good. So it might just be a caching issue, to be honest.
Okay, yeah, let's just go give it a try. Let's go back to ethos. Let's try to write the cache. Yeah, that's what I bet it is. I bet it's just caching. I mean, that's like the world's hardest problem is like fighting caches. Especially on we've noticed the same thing. Like interestingly, like if you go share like someone's profile on ethos, you know, we like have this nice little card and it looks really nice when you share it. And it's tough because all of the sites will cache those cards really aggressively.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm not surprised. We would cache it aggressively too. So oh yeah. The thing I did realize though is like, oh yeah, like it might load it. One of the things that I should consider, look, see, there you go. That's like a nice like embed. And that's just from our main app. And it's because we use open graph tags and stuff. But what's cool is we could pretty easily turn this part into a mini app, right?
Absolutely. And that's like dynamic share embeds in the docs. And so you can actually have each user have their own custom one. That's what I'm working on right now in my own vibe coding, but it's not actually been that straightforward from vibe coding standpoint, but Nanar makes this easy. So I'm actually going to use Nanar.
That's cool. I think that's the next thing that I'll probably do is I'll try to spend a little bit of time off stream with Nanar and see how, like, just get familiar with it, because it seems like it's really powerful and kind of abstracting away some of the complexity, which is nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try to share it anyways. Just let's let it rip. Maybe someone else will see it, because that's how caching works sometimes. We'll try one more time. But okay, so I feel pretty good about that. I know I only have you for an hour, so that might be a good wrapping up point too, of just like, yeah, we've been able to like talk through it, make a little bit of progress, and oh dang, it didn't work. That's okay. But this will work. Oh no, wait, this will work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool that you were able to vibe.
Yeah. Pull it all together without, spending a crazy amount of time on it. Again, like I always think about things in terms of time to Hello World. Of course, now it's like we're showing off and flexing, and now it's gonna break when I'm talking about it. But yeah, I mean, again, that's the beauty of it. What I think is really cool is it's obvious that you guys are setting up an ecosystem that's friendly for people to go build like self-sufficient or like truly Farcaster first things. When I look at something like amps as an example, like amps might not exist outside of, I'm sure this is my problem. Amps might not exist outside of Farcaster as an example, but like it's incredibly valuable within the ecosystem, and you guys are happy to support them and make sure that they have things set up for it. And like, on the various like platforms that I've ever worked on or tried to help people build things on, like some of the best stuff is just like people that are hobbyists that pull something together. It fills a very specific need on the platform. And again, I think like with vibe coding, that barrier to entry has just gone from like, I have to know how to code, or I have to understand the nuances of these products, to like nothing, basically.
I agree. Yeah, and we're trying our best to, like, there's always room for improvement. So people can also message me if they have feedback on the developer experience. I'm just at Linda on Farcaster.
Nice. I love it. All right. Well, I feel like I have a lot to run with and go back. And now I do want to spend some more time now that we've got this. But I would honestly say, like, if we go back to my Excalibur, like we went to like here today. We went from here to here. But like I feel like there's an opportunity to go much further with Ethos's integration into Farcaster. I need to figure out how to get some of these, like that idea of signing transactions from Farcaster into the app. So maybe that's something that I'll work on too.
Sounds good. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm happy to maybe join for a later one. And yeah, good luck with the vibe coding, and thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thanks for joining.
Cool. Okay. Do I just hop off?
Yeah, hop off. Yeah, I think I'll probably end it here. I appreciate everyone joining and you talking through it. It's been super helpful. So we'll probably do another one on Monday, and I'll see how far I can get in the meantime with my own vibe coding.
Cool. Okay, bye.
All right. Thanks, everyone.